In today's video, I'm going to show you how to access these beautiful demos, these amazing demos that we use here internally every day. Take a look, learn how to create a data range feature, navigation already reflecting on the items, how to build this story, how to select one area and reflect it in other areas, all of these. In this AB demo, which is the AB dashboard, this is a Databricks dashboard that does not require licensing, has no usage cost, and is not per user. It serves as an alternative to tools that you already use directly in the Lakehouse. Today, we'll see how to access this demo. So first step, I created a notebook which I will make available for download. This notebook is very simple. What does it do? See, all it needs is an attached interactive cluster because it will run a Python script. We run pip install db demos. It's a Python type cell. It downloads everything it needs. I put it there to save time. There is a method called list demos. This is quite interesting. You import the demos which you have already installed above, the demos.listdemos. And then you have access to various items, many interesting items that you can take advantage of. What I want to use today is this new area. As of today, November 16th, we have 5 new dashboards using IB, the new dashboard tool from Databricks. It's new because we no longer use Lakeview and now have embedded artificial intelligence. Well, the case I want to look into is this one. Simply copy this code. It could be the pipeline review. I copied it, but I added some extra details. See, I want you to install it in this catalog, in this schema. And if for some reason you need to reinstall, edited, lost the code, it's giving an error, you can include these parameters. Overwrite, why? Because it will create some resources there. Once it creates them, it gives you access to a notebook with general information. Quite interesting. And the other one, our dashboard, which we already use, we call say DE. We can check to see how its first opening will be. As soon as you open the IB dashboard screen, you will see the following. First, it enters draft mode. Second, the title is already created. Third is it already comes with a selected cluster. Here, a serverless type cluster. So if you have any serverless type cluster, you can attach it to run because it uses an SQL warehousing cluster to execute. And here you will see that everything is editable. Everything is editable. You even have the option to use an assistant here. You can ask the assistant questions in natural language and it will recognize them. Click on the visual, it immediately opens the options for you to edit and configure. Another very interesting thing you'll notice here is that there's an external new feature, November 2024, a new page. You can add as many pages as you want to your report and start dragging and creating visuals. I will create just one example here for you to see. First step, select a data set or start with the assistant. So I want to know what is the average number of days to close opportunities in the EMEA region, so it will try to understand in natural language and respond with what it did here. You will notice that it added a field called average days to close opportunity. It has already created this visual and here I can label it as
taste. It's always good to age the taste. Overview. May I?
All right, it looks good. I want to test it, see how it works now. The first step I will take is to publish this report. At the moment of publication, you will notice some information. So first, include embedded credentials for visualization. Do I want to enable GIMP, the language tool? Yes, I do. If you want to later, integrate your external applications. Once it's available, the embed dashboard option will appear. Publish it. At this moment, it is an important step because you will say, look, I want to give access to the analysts, the group of engineers, the group of people who can not only manage, but I can say, no, I want them to only view. There are 4 options here. Manage, can delete, can name, can include, can do whatever they want. Edit, cannot delete, but can edit some queries, can execute, and can view. Notice that it appears blocked is here color because it will ask you to enable it first in the settings. So cookies. We will cover this in another video, so this one doesn't run too long. Done, you can close it. We have a published dashboard. How do I see it in a more visual way? Exit the drafting mode and go to the published mode. This is the official mode of your dashboard. So you will see that here you can navigate around, select the period, check the indicators, evaluate the available information, and return to the main information. Here you'll notice that it created a page 2 just with cards, and we will work on that later. And most importantly, look at the DIN here. The DIN is already available. So I want to know, please tell me how many opportunities I have in the stage of validation. If you want, you can also write in Portuguese. I'm going to write in English here because I'm reading it, but you can write in Portuguese too, and it will understand, and soon it will calculate and show me the SQL. If you want, you can take this SQL, improve it, and add it as a data point. Well, folks, that was the access to the dashboard. But the coolest part is that you can understand the structure. So let's go back to drafting mode. In drafting mode, I want to know how this chart was made. Click on it, and you will see that it used an angle here. It performed the count by stage name, which is the name of the field. I used the pie chart, and fields were added here for grouping and labels. You can even change the color. But if you go to the data tab and observe, you will see that it has 3 data points: an opportunity table, a club history table, and a user table. It generated the general user interface, and I can also create my own query and include it here to have direct access, but it has already brought all the data and I can analyze it. You have some options here. For example, view this in full screen, copy it to Wigda, download the underlying files, including as an image. It will download, make the image ready, having this chart prepared. If you want to enhance this analysis, you can use the artificial intelligence assistant and natural language. There are many options that we will explore in detail in a larger video solely about this. And a little feature here, view dataset. What is the dataset? It's the opportunity. You can even list where these tables are, where they were created. Remember that we instructed it to create in the catalog that I chose. This catalog default, see the tables here. There are date tables, including those created in comments, opportunity, and I can view a sample of these data. And also see the lineage of this data, meaning you can analyze and see what it is related to. It is a masked object. Why? Because it was created by the demos, so it doesn't provide access to the creation method. But you can copy, make queries on these tables, analyze these tables, the user table, the opportunity table, review the lineage of these tables if they start to relate to other objects. Look, the dashboard appears here. Another thing you can do is mark this dashboard with a star, so it will now appear in your favorites, and I can share it with other people. Remember when I mentioned the embed dashboard? It's here in the settings part of the dashboard. Workspace na most info sa ID. There's a section for security, external apps, embed dashboard. You will say, see, I will allow it. Yes, so I will allow embedding this report externally. Now, if you go to the home section of Databricks now under favorites, it is already appearing here as a favorite item, and now I will allow embedding. Now, when sharing, we kusa he, she. You can access the embed dashboard. If you have permission to do this, you will be able to embed it. It is already appearing and it is ready for public preview. To wrap up this demo, I want to show you the GIMP. And the GIMP already comes with these questions, but if you want to open a data room, just see, open GIMP space up on what will it do. It will take you to this creation area, which we call the data room, where it already brings some queries already made, which are the queries you use in the dashboard. And it brings some options. For example, I will look at the queries already created in my dashboard. It already brings this intelligence here, and you start to interact with this data and work with this data. This is the GIMP space. In the future, you will see that you can share it with others, but also place it within teams. Yes, there is a Gene API. You can implement it. It is currently in private preview and will soon be made public. To wrap up, you will notice that it records this as a trusted access, meaning an asset that has already been deemed trustworthy or is reliable because it has gone through a creation process. So to finish, let's return to our dashboard. Our dashboard, it is in published mode. If I want to edit it, I return to draft mode, and the first thing I want to do is remove the title. I want to remove this entire name here. I'll just leave it without the pipeline overview. Nice, right? Separate to make it effective. Publish setting to publish. Again, it will ask you to accept. And now you can go back to publisher mode. It will now reflect in the name of the pipeline. Oh, I forgot to change here as well. I only changed the name of the pipeline, but no problem. We'll go back here. And here we will insert here, double click. You will see that you can format this title. Then we will format it, removing, this is a type of markdown. You can make it nicer. There are also new features coming for images, things like that, more secure. Let's do what is possible in the version you have available. Publish, the same as publish, done. Let's see how the published version looks. Nice. Well, folks, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. So to wrap up, with install DB demos, we have access to a list of demos. And from this list of demos, you can choose which demo you want to try. And with just one click, you can proceed with the installation. If you like, I can continue showing more demos, but I'll leave it as homework for you to install this demo and start using it. If there's any error, problem, or difficulty, please leave a comment and I'll help you out. Thank you, and I wish you a great afternoon, day, or night, depending on when you are watching this video. See you next time. Thank you.